Hi there, and welcome to another Sound Particles video. I'm Eduardo, and today I'm excited to introduce you to GrainDust, our brand new granular synth, built to turn any sound into something completely new and inspiring. If you've ever wanted to take a sound, break it into tiny particles and rebuild it into something completely unexpected, that's what GrainDust does. It's a granular synth with 4 fully independent layers, powered by the same award-winning technology behind SkyDust. That means incredible textures, detailed spatial control, and the ability to turn any sound into something alive and inspiring. Let's start by hearing a few presets, then I'll walk you through what's inside. Alright, let's start with the main tab, your central hub in GrainDust. Here is where you'll find your preset browser and the main panel visualizer. Every grain you trigger appears here, moving in real time so you can actually see your sound filling the space. You can browse global presets or change only the preset for the arpeggiator, pitch, and space sections. And of course, you can save your own creations right here at the top. Moving to the Grains tab. This is where all the magic begins. Load one of the built-in sounds that we crafted for GrainDust or drag and drop your own sample. Then slice it into grains and start shaping them. Each of the 4 layers can run different sounds, so you can layer a saxophone, a flute, or a piano, all at once. You can adjust the gain, rate, density, and the size of each grain to completely change the feel of your sounds. Here, the rate represents the time between grains, and density is the number of grains playing at once, which can be up to 25 per granular. You can even go further and customize even more each layer. By selecting them, you can play back your original sample to hear it unprocessed. And then trim it to the exact section you want to use, just like this. You can tell GrainDust exactly how to handle your sample. Play all channels, mix everything to mono, or focus on specific channels. You can also decide whether your grains should follow pitch or remain pitchless. Playback can run in forward and reverse, mirror, or a smoothed mirror variation. And with the Consider As option, you can tell the synth how to interpret your sample speech from the start. Grain size, density, and rate controls are here too, just like in the Summary tab. But now, you can also sync rate to tempo, add gentle detuning to the grains, and smooth the transitions between them with continuity. Shape your sounds further by choosing the grains window type and picking the playback style for the grains. Uniform for evenly spaced grains, burst for all at once, or random for unpredictable timing, ideal for organic evolvic ambiances. The time source for attack, decay, sustain and release is fully adjustable in the Envelope Generator Mode button. With options to normalize grains before playback, keep them pitchless once again, or randomize their octaves from -2 to +2 for extra variation. Finally, you can switch between the Envelope Generator and LFO views. In the Envelope Generator, adjust ADSR, change modes, and tweak curve shapes. In the LFO, set depth, rate, delay, and phase, and even shape modulation with phase or amplitude wave modifiers for evolving movement. Once you've shaped your grains, it's time to refine their tone. The Filter tab is where you can carve out frequencies and give each layer its own sonic personality. Choose from filter types, like low pass or high shelf, set the slope, frequency, resonance, and then add character with envelope generators or LFOs. Because the filters can be global or per granular layer, you can have one layer bright and airy, while another granular is muffled and dark. Great for building depth. Modulate your grain pitch globally or per layer. Change octaves, offset semitones with transpose, apply small detunes to the grains, and add vibrato with an LFO, or even create evolving pitch envelope generators. And now, my favorite part, the Space tab. This is where GrainDust truly becomes a sound particles virtual instrument, letting you place and move sounds anywhere in the stereo or 3D field. Here, you decide where each granular layer sits in space. You can expand the area where they play randomly, change their fixed position, or introduce movement with envelopes and LFOs. These effects can be applied globally or individually. For example, you could set a mirrored movement where one granular starts left, moves forward, then has a sustain in the back, and finally to the right on note release. Movement modifiers makes this even easier, letting you define starting points, motion patterns, and release behavior. The arpeggiator turns static notes into evolving rhythmic performances, where you can switch between different patterns and adjust octaves. For deeper customization, use our sequencer. Here, you can assign different notes to each step, which can go up to 128. You can add chords by switching to poly mode and control note range. You can also change the reference note and force scales. Per-step parameters like pitch, filter, and spatial position allow for highly dynamic sequences. The built-in effects rack offers everything from chorus to reverb. You can combine up to 4 effects to add more character to your sound. If you are into advanced modulation, the Extras and Matrix tabs are your playground. At the Extras tab, there are additional envelope generators and LFOs that can be assigned to almost any parameter, giving you detailed modulation possibilities. You also have the curve editor to fine-tune how modulation behaves over time using depth, minimum, mid, and max controls. The Matrix tab gives you an overview of all sources and destinations in GrainDust. You can enable or disable links, select parameters, and adjust curves. Here, you are in total control. Activate or mute connections with a click, fine-tune parameters, and sculpt curves to shape your sound exactly how you imagined it. At the top of GrainDust, the randomizer dice can instantly give you new results and generate happy accidents. You can also lock certain sections so they stay unchanged when randomizing. GrainDust supports all major output formats: stereo, binaural, 5.1, 7.1, Sony 360, all the way up to Ambisonic 6th order. In the settings menu, you can configure maximum polyphony, pitch bend range, MIDI channel, and view all MIDI learn parameters. You can also change the HRTF for binaural output, select different subjects, or import your own SOFA file. For experimental work, you can tune the synth or transpose your keyboard. Down at the bottom of GrainDust, you'll find quick access controls for the modulation wheel, pitch bend, and octave shifts. You can also toggle presets for the arpeggiator, pitch, and space tabs, and switch between mono or legato modes with a single button. The mixer section gives you per engine volume faders, mute and solo buttons, plus dry-wet controls for all 4 effects slots. Macro controls make sound shaping fast. Just map any parameter to one of the 4 macros, or clear them if you want a fresh start. 2 XY pads let you move 2 parameters at once for expressive real-time control. And when it comes to visuals, GrainDust offers multiple view modes, so you can see exactly how your granulars are moving and interacting in space. If you've ever tried Mini Dust or Sky Dust, some of these will feel familiar. That's a wrap. With GrainDust, you can push your creativity even further by performing your own samples on a keyboard. Try it for yourself by downloading the trial at soundparticles.com, and if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more tips and inspiration on spatial audio production. See you in the next video.